And we are live, I hope. You seem to be. Okay, so I thought I might actually miss this, but I tried my best not to. I was in Birmingham for the channel live event that's happening at the NEC. It's mainly communications vendors. There was a few MSPs there. PAX 8 was there. It's good to catch up with a few of the usual crowd that I always tend bumping into when I go to IT related events. Such as Richard Tubb was there and Jane Steele, so always good to catch up with them. There's a few of the Tech Tribe organisers there. PAX 8 were like sponsoring everything, even the coffee cups were PAX 8. So we can jump into that if necessary. So yeah, we're back. The travel down there was interesting. It started at 10 o'clock this morning, so I set off quite early and ended up stuck in traffic on the M6 because apparently there was somebody wanting to jump off a bridge or something, so I was setting that for 3 hours. Turned out it was okay in the end, so I suppose that's all that matters. Right, so the first thing that I wanted to address is what's happening with TrueNAS Core and should you upgrade to scale. Let me just change this screen across. Move that a second. Let me jump on this. So this is all over Reddit at the moment and what's happening. Transition. Okay, so TrueNAS Core 13 is the end of the FreeBSD version. So the Debian-based TrueNAS scale is the primary focus for IX systems. There's a lot of outcry about the FreeBSD version and TrueNAS Core. So looking at all the comments from IX systems and what they're saying is that TrueNAS Core has basically reached what they're classing as feature complete. Where did that go? 1 second. I just lost my window. There it is. Yeah, so basically it's saying that TrueNAS Core is feature complete and it's only going to be receiving pretty much security updates. It's not going to be receiving any new feature updates, which is fine. And they have said that there's an update coming, I think they said Q4 of this year, so date it to FreeBSD 13.3, which is obviously still supported. 13.3 still supported at the moment, so that'll introduce the security fixes in FreeBSD. There's a couple of other minor ports. I think Samba's being updated. You probably can't see this actually. Let me bring this in a little bit. So yeah, there's been a lot of comments on this. People saying it's a sad day for FreeBSD. So this article was originally from the Register, which is this article here. So IX Systems been busy this year. Back in 22 covered TrueNAS Core 13. But yeah, they're basically saying that it's the end of the road. So we'll still receive security updates for the time being. I've seen a few posts from people suggesting alternatives, such as SigmaNAS. It's not really an alternative to TrueNAS. SigmaNAS is an open source NAS solution, also based on FreeBSD. It's just, you can't really compare it to TrueNAS. It's fairly unique that way. So hopefully they will keep it updated with even though there's no features to it, hopefully they will keep it updated to the latest versions of FreeBSD, but it says currently we've got no plans for a FreeBSD 14 based TrueNAS at this time. So I mean, the one good thing about TrueNAS is the fact that it is open source completely, and all the source is open from GitHub. So it's on GitHub, including the instructions on how to build it. So I'm hoping somebody takes that over. Just make sure I've not got multiple sound streams coming through. So I'm hoping somebody either forks it and keeps it updated to the latest versions of FreeBSD. I've considered even doing it myself. It's no secret that I'm a big fan of FreeBSD, so excuse me. So should you upgrade to scale? Yeah, probably. I'm going to stay on core for now, but scale is the way to go. It's what DIX Systems are planning on putting all their efforts to and development to in future. It's kind of understandable, and I suppose the writing was on the wall when they moved to Debian, because they started using like Docker and Kubernetes and things with it, which don't work on FreeBSD or easily. So, excuse me. So yeah, the writing was on the wall with that. You could see it coming, and keeping development teams producing, well, it's the same software. Keeping the development team to maintain 2 operating systems could be expensive, but hopefully they will keep up to date with FreeBSD patches. We can only hope. Say, oh, somebody takes it over. So with that, that's pretty much covered TrueNAS Core. It's supported for the time being. They're saying that you'll be good for a couple of years with updates and things, while 13.3 is supported by FreeBSD. But yeah, it's probably time that you look at upgrading to scale or find an alternative. With that, let me move that back up here. This is going to be a short one because I've been out all day at the channel live thing in Birmingham. A couple of news items that I've marked on here. Sorry, got a habit of not making this so you can see it. So YouTube bringing multi-view to iPhones and iPads. Ivanti's fixed yet another bug. You shouldn't really be using it at this stage. I think that was let me just open this in a new tab. Where is it? Yeah, I'm not gonna. You need to stop using that software. It's terrible. It's just coming out with new bugs all the time. What else did I want to cover? There's new versions of Chrome out and Firefox. So you'll probably want to ensure they're up to date. If I recall correctly, both of these browsers automatically update themselves when you run them anyway. We can have a look at that one actually. I'm going to bring this into focus a bit. So Chrome version 1.2.3, Firefox 1.2.4 patch serious vulnerabilities. If you're using patch management software for your business endpoints and you want to make sure that you are running the latest version. And again, it's the V8 JavaScript engine that's causing problems, which has done a few times. But yeah, it's for the latest updates for Linux, Windows, and Mac. So just make sure you've downloaded the latest version and you're on that. Let me pull this back a bit. Nine to 5 Macro stated that Office 2024 will be available as a one-off purchase. So, excuse me. Yeah, Microsoft went all in favor of the subscription model. Microsoft went all in favor of the subscription model on that. But yeah, you can now get Office 2024 as a one-off purchase, which is pretty good of Microsoft to do that, in all fairness. Microsoft notifies of major domain changes. This could be interesting, especially if you're looking after business IT and things. What is it? So Microsoft are trying to reduce the amount of domains that they're using, and they're trying to basically bring everything into a single cloud.microsoft. So you might want to keep that in mind. So there's I can leave links to these articles below. But you just need to make sure everything works as expected. There's a couple of upgrades, Teams JavaScript library to version 2.19, CSP headers. Just be aware, Microsoft's changing its default domain. Let me close that. What else did we look at? We have, once again, I didn't have much time to pull this list together because I've been out all day. Normally I try and do it at a weekend, but I just didn't have a chance this weekend. So I will try and get more coverage for next week. Another WordPress plugin flaw. So this one is automatic. So it's found to have critical security vulnerabilities, put over 40,000 websites at risk. It's basically used to create posts automatically from various sources, so including YouTube, Twitter, any website by scraping, but unauthenticated SQL execution. I can't believe this is still a thing in 2024. If you're running WordPress, not just this plugin, make sure all your plugins are up to date. When I do these streams, they literally seem to be update your software. Make sure WordPress is up to date and all the plugins. So specifically, if you're using this automatic, the premium version, I don't know if there's a difference between the premium version and the free version. I'm assuming there is. So this flaw was found in the inc.csv.php file where an arbitrary SQL query could be supplied to the $Q variable when executed. If you're a software developer, you should be sanitizing all your input. It's still on one of the biggest vulnerabilities. Get off that. So we've done the Microsoft domain changes. This TikTok, I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about TikTok. The US House passes a bill that could ban TikTok nationwide. Whatever your views on TikTok are, I'm guessing it'd be completely okay if it was a US company that did this, but because it's a company from China, it's a massive issue, so I guess you can't use software that comes from outside the US. And they're saying like it's basically a one-way street because TikTok pretty much already not used in China, and most US applications are already blocked in China. So yeah, there's that. I'm not going into the whole TikTok thing. I don't use TikTok anyway. millions of people do, including my kids. This Team City flaw, I covered this last week. Where is it? Let me pull this up actually. So this is on Hacker News. So JetBrains released a patch for Team City software, which is got a CVSS score of 9.8. So authentication bypass to get administrative access. So yeah, you're gonna make sure that if you're using Team City that it's patched. I did warn about that last week. I'm gonna start splitting these up till every couple of weeks or every 4 weeks, either every 2 or every 4 weeks, because it seems to be repeating myself constantly about update WordPress. Just all these tools that people are not updating. If you're going to self-host things, secure them, update them. Remote. These always make me laugh. Hackers leveraging remote tools to exploit organizations. This isn't a new thing, and it's been going on for years. TeamViewer, for example. There's a free version of TeamViewer. So if somebody gets access to your computer, they can install TeamViewer. And they use a free version. So yeah, they're not going to buy a license, obviously. Screen Connect came up under scrutiny for that being used by threat actors and hackers for installing Screen Connect on computers. Again, Screen Connect has a free license, so for a single user you can use Screen Connect. If you're a business and you need to get onto support remote users, then the free version's quite fine if you're a single user. Yeah, of course people will use it to keep access to your computer if they can. There's RMM tools they can use. Action 1 has a free tier for up to 100 users. I discussed that last week. So you can have that. If someone gains access to your computer, they can do that to keep persistent access. There's a few remote access tools that are open source on GitHub that you can just download. There's a load of commercial tools that have some kind of free tier license. Obviously, the Screen Connect one is free for one person to use as long as you want. And the reason behind that is they want you to see how useful it is and upgrade. Where are we up to now? So yeah, remote access tools. Again, not a new thing. This let's say this covering cybersecurity issues weekly. It's going to be the same information over and over again. Patch your software. There's another, again, self-hosted software. Firebase instances have leaked 19 million plain text passwords exposed to public internet by misconfigured instances of Firebase, a Google platform for hosting databases. Just, if you don't know what you're doing, don't set this stuff up in the cloud. I get everybody wants to put everything in the cloud, and everyone's urging everybody to put things in the cloud. In fact, this live stream was supposed to bring somebody else on with me to discuss how it's not necessarily a good idea to put everything in the cloud. Oh yeah, I brought this up as well. macOS 14.4 breaks Java on Apple CPUs. So Oracle have warned Apple customers to delay installing the latest macOS 14.4 Sonoma update because it will break Java on the Apple Silicon CPUs. So with that, I've got nothing on the important feeds, mainstream. So I use using Fresh RSS as an RSS reader. The easiest way to keep up on what's going on in the world is just subscribe to the RSS feeds. So you can see I've got VentureBeat, The Verge, Wired, Slashdot, and that's basically how I'm going to be keeping up and doing these updates. But they get hard to sort through. OpenAI's chatbot store's filling up with spam. What a surprise. Obviously the Flipper Zeros banned in Canada. In Canada. The US government's warning hackers on attacks on US water systems. So, with that, where's my phone? One of the topics that I wanted to address. How's it going with my Samsung Z Fold 4? So, the last iPhone I used, I think, was a iPhone 4, so it was a long while ago. This phone, every time I pull it out, people are like, what is that? It's like a brick. It's pretty thick. But when I get to the stage of hidden the chat, so I can't even see people are talking. Yeah, not you there, I'm on my own. But once you open it up, then people are, oh wow. So yeah, it's a bit novel when they open up. I rarely open the phone unless I have to do. My kids do more than me when they're watching things on it. Obviously, you can open it up, get a bigger video to watch. The only time I generally open it up is if I need to remote onto somebody's computer. So, again, you can VPN onto machines, VNC, use whatever you're using. But how does a foldable phone actually stand up to I mean, it's quite big if you look at the size of it. And how does a foldable phone stand up to a normal one? Like non-foldable? I've had Samsung since S7 or something. And this was the first foldable phone that I tried, but it's heavy. It's like two phones put together, and the front screen is a lot narrower than many traditional phones. So, but once you get used to it, I actually prefer the narrower screen, and hands down, it's been the best phone I've used for my job. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody. 90% of the time, I could get away with a normal non-foldable phone, but the 10% of the time that I do need it is pretty critical. If I've not got access to a computer or a laptop or something like that, then yeah, I can use my phone. It's quite good for reading RSS feeds as well. So Samsung recently did an update. Now, I did actually tweet them. Is it still a tweet? X them? Yeah, whatever you call it. Well, I'm looking at this actually. Let me have a look at the settings. And about this phone, where is it? So, software information. I think it's on the latest version. So, One UI 6.0, Android 14. Another update did come out on it, and it was still broke. So it's been fine for ever since I've had it. It's got to be 18 months now. Absolutely amazing phone, like I say, but once the update come out, when you unlock the screen and start pressing on things, they stop responding. And it crashes in a way that if you've got like LinkedIn open on the front screen, like LinkedIn, the screens just merge and it stops responding. So you've got like LinkedIn merging in with your home screens or your home icons over the top of LinkedIn or whatever app that you're using, and it just stops responding. So the only way to do it is to lock the phone and then unlock it. I'm just making sure I am on the latest version. So I tweeted Samsung about this today, saying it's pretty much become a brick since doing the software update. So I'm always harping on to people about how you should do software updates. Hopefully those software updates have been tested. This one I'm not sure so much because it's on the latest version. I can't be the only person in the world that's having the issue with the One UI. Let me just go into that again. Where is it? About this phone, software information, One UI version. Yeah, we're on the latest one. We're on the latest patch version, and it just crashes constantly now. Literally 10 times a day. So would I recommend Z Fold 4? Up until about 2 months ago, yes, I would. At the moment, not unless this gets fixed. And it's all right when you reach out to companies. Obviously not going to replace my phone, but then you've got the issue with whenever you have a technical issue, the response you get is, can you do a factory reset? Sorry, just reading a notification that came through. So doing a factory reset on my phone's like not an option that I'm going to do. I don't think there's a way to roll back the software. I'm just checking on it. So yeah, there's that. So back to the channel live thing. If you're in IT, say it's on in Birmingham at the moment. It's today and tomorrow. Get there early because it's a bit of a walk from the car park. There's actually a bus that takes you from the car park to the main building at the NEC. It's quite a large place. Let me just 1 second. Dying here. These make me laugh. I had a look at this the other day. The best password manager for 2024. I don't know if it was this one that I looked at. In fact, let's open it and have a look. Oh, the pass manager work. Our password manager's safe. Who they're for. Are they worth it? What we tested. OnePassword. LastPass. Bitwarden, Dashlane Keeper, NordPass. So, other password managers. Let's see what it come out with. What's the recommendation? I'm not even opening it. No, go on then. I don't think this was the one I was looking at, actually. Let me just close it. God, that stuff just annoys me. Every time you get to a website, you've got to click on continue. So what did they come out with? No, this is OnePassword. So actually, this isn't the one that I was looking at. If I had to recommend a password manager, I'd still go with Bitwarden. There's limitations on the free version. If you're the business and I can't remember what the price is. About $3, $2.50 per person, something like that you're using, and then you can obviously securely share your passwords. In fact, I'm going to cover Bitwarden again. I've got a video on Bitwarden. It's quite old, but yeah, I'm going to cover that again. But no, the ones I was looking for was, I can't remember which site did it, but it was like, which was the best password manager to use, and it was all affiliate links, so I wasn't sure whether it was, in order of which affiliate link pays the most money. So at least when I do videos, if it's sponsored, I'd say so. I'm a bit picky on which sponsors I take. I'm not going to recommend any VPN solution just because a VPN provider comes to me and says, can you recommend this on your channel and we'll pay you. I'm just not interested in doing things like that. I'll give my honest opinion on them. So yeah, password manager wise, I still recommend Bitwarden. I've not had a chance to catch up on these, so I'm pretty much just running through them. Covered pretty much most of these, but I've not had a chance to have a look through the most recent ones. Sorry, the ones that are more than a couple of days old. I pretty much just this list's what I pulled together myself today. Yeah, things seem to be getting better in the UK. Inflation dropping, it's a good thing. Broadcom, VMware. So I did mention this as well. I'm going to do some videos on XCPNG on how I totally believe that you can move from VMware to it. I was at the show today and I was talking to someone that's a VMware partner, and yeah, they're not impressed with the prices in one respect, but in the other respect, it's reduced the amount of partners now to like 6 or 7 of them. I think we're about done with these. This is why it's hard work to kind of do this on demand when you're running through all this news. There's just so much rubbish in here. How long have we been on? Half an hour. Right. So there's not much more that I want to cover. As I say, it's been a long day. I promised to do these, so I will do, and I'll be back. I should be back on Wednesday at 7:30, but I do have. Let me just transition this off the screen. Stick me on there. But I do have something that I've got to go to, so hopefully I'll be back for it. I'm not doing live streams off my phone or from hotel rooms or anything silly like that. Oh, that's a good. There's a new GitHub's new AA powered tool automatically finds vulnerability in code. That's always good news because people seem to not want to update them. A Ukraine hacker's been arrested for selling 100 million plus. What's that? Internet users data. Every time I click on something, it is just an advert. So yeah, we've got no question on this, so I'm guessing we're gonna wrap this up quite soon. Just have a quick nosy through this. Team City Floor. With that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Apparently, the United States and 17 other countries have issued a joint statement recognizing the need for stringent controls to prevent the proliferation and misuse of such technology. This is spyware. With oh, what's that? Wow. ConnectWise have released a security bulletin as well. ConnectWise Automate Server version 2024.2 and earlier have been identified as being vulnerable to blind SQL injection. Time-based within the API. Sorry, I just caught that was it because it was a ConnectWise one. What's the one below it? 23.98. That's a security fix that I covered previously. Yeah. I can't remember what I was saying. It's gone. So yeah, video wise, say if these don't start picking up, then we'll do them every couple of weeks and see if that works. I don't know if people want to listen to me waffling on with myself every single week. But the main thing I wanted to cover was TrueNAS core and should you upgrade to scale. The answer being, yeah, more than likely. So I'll do a proper video on that. I do like, when I'm doing these, it gives me ideas for future videos. I've got a couple coming up on OpenSense. I did 2 pfSense videos. One on load balancing and the other one was on one failover. So if you've got 2 internet connections, it automatically fails over to the other one. I've been asked if I can cover load balancing on OpenSense. Most of the pfSense tutorials do apply to OpenSense and you can pretty much follow them like that, but yeah, I'll cover them just because. Go back to here. Don't think there's much else I want to pick up on, to be honest. I'm just trying to make sure there's nothing urgent that needs to be mentioned. Yeah, the Office subscription, that's quite good that Microsoft introduced that, to be honest. So you don't need to pay every single month for it. I hate the fact that everything's going software as a service with a monthly subscription. I'm still a bit gutted about the old IX Systems thing pulling from FreeBSD. It's just one of those things, I guess. No, there's nothing I can see that needs to be done. In fact, I can show you this as I'm doing it, makes no difference. So fresh RSS is a great way, like I say, of you just point it to the RSS feed of the website that you want, such as Bleeping Computer, and it'll literally pull everything in for you. You also get a lot of junk. Some of them, you can just pull certain categories like security or storage, for example, that you can pull with Bleeping Computer. Some just, you've got to pull everything and just put up with all the rubbish that comes with it. It's not rubbish, I suppose, if you're interested in that. Okay, here's another one. Oh, this is one that I mentioned the other week, isn't it? A critical vulnerability discovered in 2 plugins developed by Mini Orange. I did hear about this, actually. Malware scanner and web application wall contain... The affected plugin, Mini Orange's malware scanner and web application firewall, contained a severe privilege escalation flaw that could allow unauthenticated attackers to gain administrative access to WordPress sites. If the plugin you're using is a application firewall, WAF, malware scanner, yeah. It did say discontinued though, I suppose, but yeah. This is why you need to... Oh, look. What date is that? 18th of March. That's 2 days ago. Wow. Yeah, so if you use one of these and just search for WordPress, if you're using it, you can see everything, but the easiest way is to log in and click update. WordPress admin does to remove Mini Orange plugin. Discontinued security plugins that expose many WordPress sites. It's just all software patching. WordPress website builder plugin flaw exposes over 3,000 websites. That's that same one, isn't it? How it's WordPress site visitors browser? What's that all about? Threat actors are conducting brute force attacks against WordPress sites by leveraging malicious JavaScript injections. Security is revealed. Enable multi-factor authentication. Brute force is just, yeah. Or limit it if you don't need to access your WordPress sites remotely. Just forbid access to the /WP admin. I'll change the /WP admin location to something else. Completely random. I think I covered that one on the last one. Chat GPT plugins. Harvesting people's data. 14th of March, Fortinet. I could mention them on a weekly basis, I suppose. I'm literally not going to go through and read all these while you're here. If you want to say Fresh RSS is free, it's self-hosted. You can grab the source and install it yourself. Feedly is another one that's quite handy to use for. I use that on a mobile as well, and you can grab the RSS feeds from the websites that way. So what I normally do is when I go to favorites, once I've covered these, just untick them. So remove them from favorites, and then when I need to do this again next week, I can just redo that. So I've been going for a while here now, 45 minutes, and there's not that much I can think to cover now since we had. Let me just transition this back 1 second. It's just something I want to pull up a minute. So yeah, your takeaways from this are: make sure you run the latest version of Chrome and Firefox to fix those vulnerabilities in the JavaScript V8 library. No, that's fine. So yeah, if you're interested in me covering cybersecurity each week and bringing these points up so you can watch, and then I'll try and do them briefly. So I was just doing this one because I've been tied up all day and not had much time. I'll do it. There's some great podcasts that cover this as well. Security Now with Steve Gibson covers, I think that's, can't remember what day it's out on, is it Tuesday? But that covers all the weekly news. There's Black Hills Information Security, talking about the news. They cover weekly things that have been hacked or need patching or breaches, and if you're into IT, it's always worth following them. So I might do a video on the ones that I do use actually, but I could just leave them in the links below. So with that, thank you for everyone that turned up. As I say, hopefully they'll start building up over time, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully, if if I'm doing it, I'll post it on. I'll schedule a video Tuesday for Wednesday. It'll have to be the week after, the following Wednesday, if I get too tied up. But with that, I'm going to try and end this now. Does this work?